Well, this is the third video that I'm recording today. I'm out and about on a Saturday, and I guess I'm in kind of a reflective mode. I don't know. But I recorded two in my car, or was it three in my car? I can't remember now. And now I'm sitting out on my deck with another awakened reflection, another awakened experience. Awakening experience is probably more appropriate. Um, I would confess that my house was probably the one thing in my life that I did feel some attachment to. I did, okay? Normally when I come out and sit out on my deck, I would always have the thought, I love my home. I just love my home. When I go into my room, I would be like, I love my home. But it was love with attachment, like I have to have you in my life, because it feels like a blanket of security. And then one day I came out and sat outside, out here, and this is normally where I would like bliss out and just be in heightened states of awe about life. And I came downstairs and I sat down, and suddenly, without warning, it didn't feel like home anymore. It felt like a house. It felt like a building. And I felt it, like I felt the difference. And I looked around and I was like, this just feels like a building. So I tested it out, right? I walked upstairs, walked into my room, which I always go, I love my room, I love my bed, I love, and it felt like I loved it, but I had no attachment to it. Okay? I'm in this phase of detachment, apparently. And this was the final vestiges of it. Okay? I went out for a walk around my neighborhood about 10-11 o'clock one day, and I was sharing this with my girlfriend. I suddenly had the realization nobody actually owns their home. Am I the only one that is awakened to that reality? Nobody actually owns their home. The bank owns your home. You pay the bank. Very few people actually own their homes. And so I had that realization, and I was like, why is everybody aspiring to home ownership when nobody actually owns their home? And these are the thoughts that kind of cross your mind when you're awakening. You're awakening out of the illusions that we call all of the norms that we just subscribe to blindly. Like, of course you have to own your own home. Of course you should aspire to home ownership. And it just suddenly dawned on me that nobody actually owns their own home. And I'm from the Caribbean, where when you say, I own my home, you literally own your home. Like, you're not paying a bill every month. You do own your home, and that's very unusual to see here in the United States. So that suddenly dawned on me, this conditioning that you are supposed to aspire to home ownership really is the conditioning that you aspire to having a big giant loan that you then owe the bank for, which is really interesting, and nobody ever thinks about that. The whole concept of aspiring to home ownership is a conditioned, societally conditioned thing, Nothing wrong with it, by the way. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with aspiring to home ownership. I'm just waking up out of the illusion that this is something I should aspire to. Because there are people who don't want to own a home. They just want to float around. My girlfriend was telling me about a successful entrepreneur who she just wants to move around the world renting. It's kind of like a Airbnb, right? Renting luxurious homes to stay in different parts of the world. She doesn't want to own a home. Some people just want to travel the world. They don't want to be in one particular place. So like, why do we have this notion that home ownership is the thing to aspire to? This person in my life has just bought a home, and suddenly he now has to work 2 jobs in order to own the home. So this is the thing. It's like the American dream: work like a dog to own the home. And the white picket fence or whatever. Anyway, so I'm waking up to all of the illusions and the conditioned responses to life. Like, no one ever questions the aspiration of owning a home. No one ever realizes that you actually don't own the home for maybe 30 to 45 years just before you die. you actually pay off the loan. It all seems very comical and very funny to me. And again, nothing wrong with aspiring to own a home. If that's what you desire to do, go ahead and do it. I'm just sharing how when you're awakening, things that people consider to be norm and people that just accept start to look very funny to you. Here's the other funny thing. As I'm taking my walk through my beautiful neighborhood that's filled with two-story single-family homes, I suddenly realized 10:30 in the morning on my walk, nobody's home. Why is nobody home? Because everybody is out for 10 hours a day working for the home they can't be in most of the day to pay the bank for the home that they quote unquote own, right? Again, nothing wrong with any of this. It's just the norm. And when you're awakening, you start to look at life and go, why is this the norm? Like, why is everybody not in their house paying for the house they can't be in most of the day because they're too busy working for the money to pay for the house? And when they come home, they're too tired to even appreciate the house because they're in a job that they don't like, right? And all of this is the norm. All of this is what we aspire to, you know? And again, there's nothing wrong with aspirations for owning a home, with aspirations for being in a quote-unquote successful job. I did it. Corporate America, six-figure senior executive I was for 18 years working at a software company before I moved into entrepreneurship. I was aspiring to the home, you know. This is the third home that I've purchased as a single mom, two in Massachusetts and one here in Georgia. This is the one that I'm in. But as I walked through the neighborhoods, all of a sudden it dawned on me, and this is what happens when you're awakening, all of the things that everybody considers to be normal, you start to question. And it looks laughable. It looks like a comedy, you know. Everybody's busy working 9-to-5 jobs to pay for the home they can't be in most of the day, you know. So everything starts to look very comical. And so I get done with my walk, and I come back to my home, right? And all of a sudden, now that I've released all of the attachment to my home, I start wondering, why am I in this home? It's just me and my son. I'm in a 5-bedroom, 2-story home with 2 decks and a sunroom and a den that I never use, a living room that I never use, a kitchen that I only use on the weekends because I only cook on the weekends. So most of the time I'm either in my office or in my bedroom or here on my deck. And I start questioning, why do I have this home? Why do I have this home? And suddenly I'm contemplating selling the home and doing something fun with my life. Something I never, my girlfriend was shocked when I told her, what if I just lived in Airbnbs and just traveled the world? You know, like, I don't have to be in any particular place, you know. She was totally shocked. What? This is me, the homebody who never leaves her house. Like, the only time I get in my car is on the weekend, okay? I go for walks in my beautiful neighborhood most of the day, you know, during the day, and then I come back and I do my client appointments and then hang out here at the end of the day. So I'm hardly ever in my car. I hardly ever leave my house. I'm a total homebody. I leave my house to go for long walks out around my neighborhood and out in nature. There's a lot of nature trails in the neighborhood that I'm in. But now I'm questioning everything. And I'm only sharing this video not to dissuade you from buying a house and signing up for the biggest loan of your damn life, but now I can laugh at it, right? Do whatever your heart wants to do, whatever your heart wants to explore. You know, this is my third home. I've explored home ownership for most of my life. I'm going to be 53 years old in a week, and now I'm thinking about ditching the home and traveling the world with my son who wants to be a photographer. I'm like, let's just go find beautiful places for you to take photographs of. Let's get you out of high school and let's just go explore the world, you know. So it's really interesting how, like that, you can have something that you feel so attached to, or the norm that you feel like you have to aspire to, or living with the norms of life, and then all of a sudden in your awakening, in your ascension, in your higher states of consciousness, everything that looked normal now looks laughable. Be prepared, awakened souls, that does happen. And like that, you can have a complete change of perspective that completely moves you out of what everyone, or you even yourself, thinks is normal. Right? it's just very interesting, and I thought I would share that for those of you who are also on the path of awakening. When things like this happen, don't freak out. It's just part of the awakening. I was having a conversation with my divine team. I'm like, why am I feeling so different? You know, I was saying to my girlfriend, we had dinner the other day, and I was like, I feel like I used to love wearing yellow. Now all I want to wear is white. I used to love dancing. I can't listen to the songs anymore. I don't feel like dancing. You know, all of these things that used to feel normal and felt like this is the way I will be for the rest of my life. No. I said to my girlfriend, I am done thinking that whatever I'm doing, I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I'm done with that. Wherever I'm at is how my life is, and I don't know how long I'll be here, and I have no clue what I'll be doing a year from now. I said to my girlfriend, I could wake up a year from now and decide I want to be a medium. I could wake up a year from now and decide I want to go into energy healing. I don't know. You know, so I'll be here doing this for as long as it resonates, and then when something else resonates, I'll move on to that, you know. And I'm feeling such freedom to flow with the river of life and not be attached to anything and everything that used to feel normal. And like, I thought I would have this house for the rest of my life and I will die here. Of course, in the job that I had 10, 15 years ago, I thought I would die in that. I used to tell my coworkers, you're going to have to roll me out here in a casket. This job is too beautiful to leave. You know, too many gigantuate 30 grand bonuses. Why would I ever leave, you know? And look at where I am today, you know? Everything is impermanent. Everything is impermanent. I have attachments to nothing. And I am okay with that. And it feels like freedom. It feels like freedom. And I am enjoying the ride. I have no idea where I'll be a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now. I have no clue. And that is okay with me. I'm just going to continue flowing. So I just wanted to create this video to just say to you all that are awakening, that are on your awakening path, don't let these things freak you out, you know? It's the way it flows, and just flow with it. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys want to share, like, you know, what weird experiences are you having? What attachments are you letting go of? What things that felt like it was totally normal to everybody else around you that feels laughable and funny? It looks like a comedy to me now. You know, home ownership looks like a comedy to me. People with jobs feel like a comedy to me. I went to the DMV the other day to renew the tags on my car, and I was laughing coming out. I was like, all of us are in line to get a little sticker to put in the back of our cars so that we can be legal. And it just looks so funny. I'm like laughing putting this sticker on my car. It looks like I'm watching a comedy of humans doing these insignificant things that feel so important. You know, so all of life starts to look like a situation comedy. It looks very, at least to me, in my comedic mind, it looks very comical. Anyway, feel free to have conversation around this topic if you'd like. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thanks everyone for joining me for another video. I just wanted to remind you to take what resonates and discard what does not, because your inner being, soul, and higher self knows what is relevant for you at this point in your human journey. If you'd like to connect with me personally about whatever is going on for you, you can go to AllisonPhillips.tv/connect. If you're looking for more videos and audios, there are some more at AllisonPhillips.tv/downloads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.